They take the penalty.
Still second down.
So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. They send a man in motion. 2nd and 15. That's caught. Devon Achane. Packers into a nickel defense. 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Ryan Wright's the one to send it away. And it's going to be their football coming up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love looking to pass. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Shotgun now for Love. And that's complete to Musgrave. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Motioning the tight end now. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Takes the handoff, now Love. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Love to throw again. That's caught for the 1st. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. 1st down throw. Here's Love. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You know, Kate, defenders today are tough. Don't just look at the sack. Look at the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form, making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Here's Achane up the middle. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Able to find Hawkinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings getting closer to their 10th win of the season. Achane gets this on the draw. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Second down carry for Achan. And he's brought down for a loss. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Akers. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Timeout taken by the Packers, their 3rd and final one. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They go to Akers again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his right. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. Gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
From the gun, here's Akers. And he follows through the defense for a touchdown. The Vikings make it a 3-score game in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings stretch their lead to 21. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Get this drive started. 1st and 10. Love now to throw. That's caught. He found some space. Big man showing up the yards. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. 1st down from the red zone. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Love out of the shotgun.
Yeah, sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Love now on 3rd and goal. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers get it back to within 2 possessions. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers get it back to a 14-point game. Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And the Vikings bring in the onside kick. That should just about do it.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Let's go.
Here's Akers up the middle. And he'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew.